Good afternoon once again, book lovers of the internet. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am Book Nerd 822, and in this video, I am going to be reviewing yet another Sherlock Holmes short story by Arthur Conan Doyle, the third story in this collection called The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. This one is called A Case of Identity. It is about 25 pages long and I rated it a 3 out of 5 stars. As always, my review on Goodreads, there's a link to that in the description down below. So I find myself sounding like a broken record here, but despite the story lacking plenty of depth, I enjoyed how Holmes deduced everything and once more managed to, rather nonchalantly, might I add, get the fraud to express his intentions, which the detective had just told him about. So, the way these stories work is that Holmes usually steps in, explains how things went, then the people who have committed the crimes basically explain the steps they took, usually in the same order that Holmes would have just done. So, this one basically has to do with a woman's stepfather who pretended to be another man and proposed to his daughter in order to be able to get a higher pay, thanks to her not getting married, basically, because if she did get married, the money would then go to the husband. So, what he had in mind was to break her heart entirely so she wouldn't want to get married for several years and so that he would still be able to get paid and a good sum as well, of course, in proportion to the time they were living in. This was written over a century ago, so yeah, one does have to keep that in mind as well. And in my opinion, it is quite a vile thing to do, but it made the read interesting regardless, and of course, I read it very quickly because I wanted to see how the story would end. There wasn't much suspense in that usual regard where you want to know what is about to happen because Holmes kind of expressed that straight away. It was more fascinating to see how the fraud would go about things and to see his reaction to how well Sherlock Holmes is able to deduce things. And he was able to solve plenty of this mystery, right? He was first approached by the stepdaughter to who told him that she had a bit of an issue with this marriage, that it was quite strange. She told him about how much money she got paid, that sort of thing. So he managed to deduce a lot because of a typewriter, which I found to be rather impressive and would probably not have worked today, considering that people use laptops and I mean, usually typewriters have different ways in which the letters are written, and they change from typewriter to the next. With laptops, these things are usually standardized unless people use a different font. So nowadays, I don't think it would have been so easy for Sherlock Holmes to work out. Um, but it was rather clever regardless for when this story was written. And I am also still getting accustomed to how much money was worth over a century ago because when compared to this day and age, what with inflation and not, 100 of anything sounds like peanuts, basically. And back then, it apparently meant a lot. And I am still a huge fan of the writing style and grateful that Conan Doyle does not drag his stories whilst still developing his characters well. In this one, for instance, we got to see how Sherlock Holmes is training a Wilson in the art of deduction as well. And that was a lovely touch. Seeing Holmes help his assistant become a better detective himself, just in case. Um, not Wilson, rather, Watson. Wilson is from the Doctor House series. I hope I haven't been messing that up often. Yeah, Watson. But yeah, it's lovely to see Holmes working so closely with Watson just in case those abilities are required in future stories. I have also started reading A Study in Scarlet, and um, I am about halfway through. It is a lovely way to introduce yourself to the character of Sherlock Holmes and Watson as well, and I will of course let you know all about that in a future video. If you enjoyed this one, make sure to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a look at the rest of my content because why not? It's absolutely brilliant. Do let me know what you think of these stories yourself down below in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one, hopefully very, very soon. Bye, guys.